expected would win because there was a little bit of a push for Warlock earlier. So our possibly final arena of the day will be a Warlock run. I say possibly because it's possible that I will lose super fast, and that'll be that. So Mind Control Attack has really been wrecking my face lately, but I'm going to play Imp Master here, not only because I like it better, but because with Power Overwhelming, it's nice to have those imps. Flame Imp, I think taking everyone that you see is not a too bad strategy. Succubus is awful, but so are these other cards, so I guess I'll take a Succubus and just hope I don't have to ever see it. Okay, I'm going to take a Blood Imp, because that makes Succubus actually playable, which is nice. These are both good cards. The thing about Soulfire is it's really bad if you have it in your deck in multiples. Shadow Bolt, though, 4 damage to a minion, and having to spend 3 mana to do it is kind of lame. I'd almost rather take a Panther than a Shadow Bolt a lot of cases. I mean, sure, the Shadow Bolt is immediate damage, Panther has to wait a turn, but the Panther's likely to live. So, do I dare take a Soulfire this early in the draft and then risk not being able to take another one? I'll take one. It's just so good for finishing off your opponent. Okay, I'm not going to take a Succubus. The question is, do I take Stormwind Champion or just Dark Iron Dwarf? Let's hedge my bets and take the Dwarf, because that's really, really good if you're going to be aggressive. So, here's a tricky choice. Do I take Power Overwhelming and try to go really, heavy on the aggro, or do I take this Boulder Festoga because it's such a great drop? I'll take the Power Overwhelming. Let's try to go true aggro here. Well, it's the same exact decision again, Soulfire versus Bolt. I guess this time I'll take the Bolt. Do I take another Power Overwhelming? This can actually be good in aggro, but I don't want to take it as a Warlock, because it's just a bad version of Voidwalker. I will take a Raid Leader for a more permanent buff to my creatures. Okay, well this is all terrible garbage, so I guess Shadow Flame, but I'm not that excited about it. Another Shadow Bolt? No, I think I'll take a Fairy Dragon to have a good 2-drop in the deck. And here, again, I have an opportunity for Stormwind Champion for some endgame versus Demon Fire, which can be a buff, and it so can deal damage to your opponent directly. If you have a demon on the field, which I have a fair amount of, actually. The imps are demons that are popped by this thing. Succubus, Flame Imp, Blood Imp, those are all demons. I can also be removal, of course. We'll take the Demon Fire, but with some regrets. Oh my god! Well, I have all the regrets now, because this is the same exact thing as last time, except with Sense freaking Demons here instead of a Demon Fire, or instead of a Stormwind Champion, so of course I'd rather have Stormwind Champion. I don't want to take this, ever in an aggro deck, so we're just taking another Demon Fire and grumbling about it. Okay, Flesh Eating Ghoul is certainly good, but I want to have a Voidwalker. It's just so important sometimes to be able to play a Flame Imp and then protect it, that I'm going to take Voidwalker there. Do I take another one, or do I take a Silence? Let's take a Silence so that we can get past taunts. I'm actually considering MVP Nightblade here, because Soulfire, it's just so bad in multiples. And with a Succubus in this deck, I'm going to have too much discard. I'm going to take MVP Nightblade. It's an out, and it's a 5/5 body, whatever, man. I'm not going to take a third Demon Fire. We'll take a Harvest Golem. I think it's fine for an aggro deck to have as a drop. I'll take another Blood Imp over another Demon Fire. Okay, I guess if this draft is gonna keep pounding me over the head with these Dread Infernals, I'll take one for a little bit of endgame. And I'll take a Faceless Manipulator over the Hunter, because again, the Hunter's not that likely to be relevant early on. Did I take a third Blood Imp? I mean, it's better than this stuff, so yes. But that's a little bit scary. I don't want to have that many Blood Imps. Oh my god. Well, I'll take this, but that's just awful. Alright, someone was crying earlier because I didn't take an Ogre. I could take Loot Hoarder, certainly. I only do have the Fairy Dragon and the Succubus is true 2-drops, but I do have a lot of 1-drops. We'll take an Ogre just to have a dash of endgame in this deck. I'm not going to take 2 Nightblades. I'm not going to take a third Demon Fire. We'll just take a Raptor, because I do need some more drops on turn 2. Oh my god. With this Demon Fire. Well, I'm not taking Mad Bomber, folks. I'm just not taking it. I'm not going to play a Blood Imp and then have a Mad Bomber in my hand, so yes. Passing on all those other Demon Fires lets me take this one. Do I take this for some health? I don't have any life gain in the deck. It's kind of expensive. I'll take the Farseer, although it's a bad card. Oh, this is terrible. Well, I don't have any, spells to make this spell damage worthwhile. I guess I'll take a Worgen, though I'm not that thrilled by it. And although these 2-drops are tempting, I'm going to take a Panther, because I really am lacking for outs in this deck to finish the opponent off, and the Panther fills that role. Speaking of which, let's take Power Overwhelming number 2. And, well, Knife Juggler or Young Priestess? Well, with these 3 Blood Imps, I don't think I need a Young Priestess, so we'll take a Knife Juggler. Okay, so I think that was an aggro deck. I think that was an aggro deck that I drafted. I've had some people say, oh, Boris, I love how you say you're drafting an aggro deck and you draw a deck that's not aggro at all, but I think it's aggro. It's got 2 Power Overwhelmings, super low curve, And just a smidgen of endgame creatures, probably like a smidge too many, I guess, but still, just like a smidge of endgame creatures to help me push things through if the game goes a little bit long. Obviously, if the game goes too long, I'll just be screwed. But yeah, lots of 1-drops, decent amount of 2-drops. I think we should be fine. Hunter, I played Rogues when I was a Paladin, which is the worst matchup, and now I'm playing Hunter as a Warlock, which is, again, the worst matchup. This opening hand is phenomenally terrible. Do I get rid of the Golem? I mean, I hate to, but I think I have to, because really this deck needs to see its 1-drops to be successful. And that's terrible. Oh my god, that's awful. I cannot believe how awful that mulligan was. Oh my god. Alright, we're going to go big or go home, folks. I'm just coining out this Knife Juggler with nothing to play after it, simply because I'm seeing so many of my expensive cards, I've just got to see something big. I've just got to. Or something small next turn. It just has to happen. This is ridiculous. What the hell? He has a Hunter's Mark. Okay, is he going to use Unleash the Hounds? Well, I guess that was worth it, so Knife Juggler and a coin bought me Hunter's Mark and Unleash the Hounds. That's pretty cool. Power of Woman, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Well, this is awful, just unbelievably, like, beyond awful. So I'm gearing in for the long haul with, like, my terrible cards. And I had no aggro to speak of. He's going to drop a Buzzard. That's almost certainly a mistake against a Warlock. You just don't want to do that. Ever. Unless you're going to use something right after it. Because the risk of Mortal Coil is so high. So it happens I never saw any Mortal Coils in my draft. But it's still an objective mistake. Crazed Alchemist. Alright, is he gonna Arcane Shot? Nope, he's gonna just use the Buzzard to kill my Farseer. This is like some kind of trippy game. Finally a Blood Imp. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do this. This may seem silly, but the Blood Imp will buff the Raider to be a 2/3. So it'll survive against the Alchemist. The main problem, of course, is Explosive Shot and Multi-Shot, but whatever. I'm appalled by how terrible my luck was with the card draw. And I'm just, gonna take risks. When you're behind, take risks.
I got the best.
So he has an Auctioneer. Hunter's Mark replaces itself, but then this trait, so he's not really coming out ahead there. I could double Demon Fire to kill that. That's obviously silly. I could actually face this Manipulator to copy it. And then hope it survives a turn, but that seems kind of silly. I could Dark Iron Dwarf and Demon Fire and then kill this that way. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. I could Power Overwhelming to 2-for-1. Oh my god. If only I could play this and Power Overwhelming, that would be the best. You know what? Let's just Life Tap. Dread Fertile. Are you goddamn kidding me? Okay, we're just going to pass the turn. So my plan is next turn I'm going to play Faceless Manipulator, copy this thing, Power Overwhelming, and then kill it. That's the plan. And then hope it survives. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good either. Oh my gosh, now if this is a snipe, I'll actually get blown out completely. Arcane Shot, my face. Alright, sure. So we actually have to kill the Questing Adventurer here because it's just so threatening. Succubus, why am I getting like all of the worst? Oh, can I actually, I can actually copy the Questing Adventurer. Yeah, that's actually probably better. It's Snipe, no! Really? Of all of the things. God fucking damn it. So I have to kill the Questing Adventurer now because it's just too dangerous, but that means this thing survives. Oh my god. Oh, this is so fucking ludicrous. I can't even handle it. Whatever. We're done. We're done here. This game's over. We're gonna move right along. We're gonna not draw utter shit hands, and we're gonna win some games. That is what we're gonna do. Coming up next, here coming at you live, or possibly on tape if you're on YouTube, with Papa Boris. Let's just move on from that game. It never happened. Worst matchup, right? Warlock Hunter, terrible luck hitting the Hunter, and then of course the bad draw. Maybe, some of those 4-drops could have been cheaper things, and I just hedged my bets a little bit too much. But, I don't know, the deck seems fine to me. It's got plenty of things to play early on. I really shouldn't be struggling this much for plays. man, my chat window is stupid. It's not like... Oh, whatever. Anyway, so we have another terrible hand. We're going to throw everything away. Warrior could be scary depending on what particular drops I end up playing. Knife Juggler comes out to play again. These Demon Fires are out here. I'm not going to coin out the Knife Juggler this time. And... Oh, no, okay. So we're going to play Blood Imp. That's perfect. Knife Juggler still dies to Fiery War Axe. But could be worse. I could play the Panther first with the coin, but that seems kind of silly. He's got nothing. So he's either slow rolling a Fiery War Axe, or he doesn't actually have it. Now, in my opinion, as I've said before, you should never slow roll a Fiery War Axe. If you're a warrior on turn 2, you absolutely should play that Fiery War Axe, because it's better to have it in your hand already, start the start of the next turn, than to be faced with the ugly choice next turn of either playing it and killing something or playing a real creature. And the odds of an Ooze are small, because Ooze is a bad card that nobody should play with, the end. Anyway, yeah, here we got a pretty good scenario. I can actually Demon Fire this thing twice, and just make it a 5/8. Which, other than like Slam Execute or Cruel Taskmaster Execute, basically other than Execute, the warrior can't kill. Anyway, that's a moot point because he's going to Heroic Strike, which is a really good card. Luckily, though, I think I'd rather lose that than lose my Knife Juggler, so that seems fine. Shadow Flame is awful. Alright, we're going to play the Panther. Get 4 damage through here. Buff the Panther. I'd rather honestly have the Knife Juggler get buffed, but that's fine. Beggars can't be choosers. I could drop both Demon Fires on my Imp, make it a 4/5. That's 3 cards to make a Chillwind Yeti. That is not worth it, I don't think. Shadow Flame not likely to see use, so yeah, this is actually getting a little awkward. My hand is full of junk I can't play. I'm gonna silence that Knife Juggler, so that's not really that great, because I mean I can just kill the thing now with my thing that's just been silenced. But first, always draw cards first. Life Tap, Blood Imp, alrighty. We'll do that. Do that. We'll do that. So this Blood Imp buffed this one, and then this Blood Imp buffed the Tiger. So as long as there's no more Heroic Strikes, and as long as there's no Arcanite Reaper, this thing should actually survive and continue dealing damage. Slam, that's annoying. So he probably is going to follow this up with the Cleave. I don't think he'd Slam Execute that Tiger. But I could be wrong. No, he was just slamming it for laughs. Alright, cool. So I could double Demon Fire to kill that. I don't want to do that. Let's Life Tap, see if we get a better answer. We don't. I don't want his stuff to have charge. So either I have to... Well, no, I can't kill it with Demon Fire anymore. So yeah, this is not a demon. I can't buff it. So yeah, we're gonna... am I gonna trade? Nope, I'm gonna get 4 damage through. I don't know if that's the right play, but it's the play I'm gonna make. Because this thing now gets buffed, so it might survive, and of course you could play 3 power creatures and charge in, but it's turn 6, he really should be playing better stuff. So Squire attend me, he can use the Squire plus the Warsong Commander to give the Squire charge, and then use the Warsong Commander and the Squire to kill this. If he doesn't have an Abusive Sergeant or some other way to deal 1 extra damage on this Squire, the Blood Imp's definitely earning their keep there. Or he could just ignore me, which I think is a mistake, so I don't know if racing me makes a lot of sense here. Does he have a Whirlwind or something? Interesting. Well, I could Shadow Flame, actually, to kill off his board after attacking with the Tiger. But I think I'd rather just play an Ogre here. And... God, do I really dare swing at his face again? I'm just going to kill this thing off. Hopefully some buffs will go on the Ogre. Yep, 1 did, 1 didn't. Great. So I have a 6/8 here. That could do good damage. So I've got 6, 8, 10 damage available to me.
Shields up.
This thing has taunt. Okay, so that kind of obligates me to kill it. This thing charges, which doesn't really matter too much. Shield block, I don't really care about. It's just 3 mana to cycle. Life, I mean, doesn't really matter too much. I'm not desperate to race. And he's got a Commanding Shout to draw another card. Luckily, these guys don't actually hit hard enough to kill my Ogre. And luckily, even more, I can now play Dread Infernal and kill both of them, so I don't have to use Shadow Flame, which is pretty slick. Alright, well, that's cool. So, yeah, let's just play a Dread Infernal now. Kill off both of his creatures. The Blood Imps have buffed themselves enough times that they actually survive. More buffs. Again, these two are the ones that get buffed, so I have a 6-4 and a 6-6. This didn't really play out like an aggro matchup, did it? Kor'kon will kill my Ogre, but that might be too little too late. Does he have anything better to do with 4 mana? I have 4 burn damage, plus 6 is 10 damage. Fiery War Axe. Well, thank God he didn't have that earlier. That would have been a real pain. He's going to upgrade it, but that's not enough to kill me. This is only 12 damage still. So I'm not that bothered by these shenanigans, unless he plays like Grommash, Hellscream plus Inner Rage or something stupid. Let's go ahead and facelessly manipulate my Dread Infernal. And we'll just play a Fairy Dragon and swing for 6. Okay, so now I am threatening the kill. And that Faceless Manipulator was definitely better than the Big Game Hunter would have been in this particular game. Alright, well, we're threatening the kill. He needs something pretty good here. I think Warriors with 4 cards could win. He, of course, steals my best creature out of 5, so if he plays a Defender of Argus, I'm actually in trouble, which is really obnoxious. It's going to give it Inner Rage, and I'm assuming Execute. Otherwise, there's not much point in that play. Big Game! Wow, that was well played. I have to confess. So, can I kill him? Oh my god. Wow, he's actually got lethal damage being threatened here. That actually might be the win, because this is 2, 4, plus 3 is 7. Yeah, that's actually really, really, really important that I top deck that. I mean, I could have life tapped for another chance. But, yeah. We'll take our wins however we can get them. So yeah, that was Mind Control Tech failing to win the game despite pulling the absolute best creature. Why Papa Boris thinks Mind Control Tech is a bad card. Volume 572 billion. Alright, so we got to 1-1. Preserving my dignity here, at least I know that it's not going to be a 0-win run. I also have a Warlock Victory Quest. Okay. Well, that's the new objective with this apparently bad deck. I want to get to 2 wins, get my 40 gold, and go home. And Boba says, GG. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That was a pretty good game, actually. It was quite tight. I probably didn't draft enough cheap creatures. I keep having my hand clogged with 4-drops. It's a good thing I didn't take that Ogre, though. That would have been even worse. There's one more Ogre I could have taken. So thank God for that. So hopefully we'll just get a little bit lucky one time and get up to 2 wins. This is not that time. I have 5 1-drops. I still don't see any of them. I don't want this Panther yet, but I will keep a 2-drop, 3-drop and play normally, I suppose. Ah, there we go. Blood Imp. That's nice. So I'll play Blood Imp on turn 1. Hopefully he passes turn 1. Nope, not a chance. He's got that thing. Ah, that sucks. Well, let's just hope that, you know, he doesn't have anything else other than a Recruit on turn 2. So I can play Fairy Dragon. Actually, I might coin out the Golem. I think that's probably the best. It would help control the board better than anything else. Blue Elf Thunder notes that we had MVP charge there. Yeah. It was MVP, but it didn't help him win, so I guess it's not that good, huh? So I could play the Fairy Dragon. That would save me the coin. Then he'd have to use both of his minions to kill it after it gets buffed 1 by 1 by the Blood Imp. Here's where I'd actually play a Succubus. Oh my god, I was actually saying here's where I would actually play a Succubus. Because this is going to be a 4-4, so it survives against his board. I lose Soulfire, which actually might be for the best, because, you know, that would have been another discard. Probably, actually the best would have been losing the coin, but this is good. So now he needs a buff of some sort to bring the Succubus down. But he gets to make another Recruit, so he'll have at least 2 minions on the board when all is said and done, which is unfortunate. I don't like letting Paladins keep creatures, especially coming up on turn 4. Okay, is he going to throw them both into the succubus? I guess that would be fine in its own right. And it looks like he is. Which is the right play, for sure. So the Blood Imp making the succubus a good bit better. Please pass the turn. Thank you. Voidwalker, I actually will coin that out because I think it's super useful to have an extra minion on the board against a paladin and then have it be ready to kill off his minions. MVP Nightblade sitting in my hand. Being a real MVP with my opponent's super low life total. He's... wow, what is this? This is like an Elven Archer? Stormpike? No, it can't be a Stormpike Commando. What would he want to hit the Blood Imp with, I wonder? Hammer of Wrath, perhaps? That'd be the most obvious. He chooses to do none of those things and just plays a Silver Moon Guardian, which is great. That's pretty amazing against a Paladin, because I can just kill this wolf now. I think he probably should have attacked my Voidwalker. I'm gonna life tap. Demon Fire. Well, let's take a look. I can do this. And then this should survive against the Silver Moon Guardian. So rather than buffing it, let's just drop a Fairy Dragon in here so I have an extra creature on the board so that after this Divine Shield pops, the Fairy Dragon's ready to kill the Silver Moon Guardian. Well, we're actually on curve here with an MVP Nightblade and then Boulder Fist Ogre. The last time I played with MVP Nightblade, or one of the last times, I took it over a Ventrico Mercenary and regretted it heavily. This time it was just a really, really bad pack, so I think it was a reasonable choice to take. Okay, so he's got this down to 1 health. Does he have a Consecration? That would, I guess, be pretty ideal. I really haven't been thinking about it at all, but I should have been. Because, yes, everything dies except for this Golem. That would be pretty terrible. No Consecration, just a Tiger. I guess I'm pretty lucky that that happened. Okay, well, since he doesn't have that, and since I can't interact with this Tiger, I might as well play MVP Nightblade. Very important now to kill off the Silver Moon Guardian. Swing, swing. So this taunt is nice. Look how good this is. The health buff just got wasted, but it's preventing the Tiger from trivially killing the Nightblade. He can still, of course, kill the Nightblade if he has help, but it stops the trivial kill. And I got my Ogre, my bet-hedging Ogre, for a smidge of endgame, so that might carry me as well, depending on how this turn plays out. The second win is on the line. Argent Commander! More like Argent Comlamander, am I right? Okay, so he's going to use the Tiger to do that, use the Argent Commander. It really doesn't make... it does make a difference. It kept him with a lot more health. He played that precisely correctly. Shadow Flame is not helpful, but I will play a Boulder Fist Ogre. Cash out the Golem, call it a day. I could have Demon Fired that thing, but given that I had nothing else to play, I think it was valuable to get the Ogre on the field while I had the chance. Holy Wrath. Well, here we go, folks. That was a Hammer of Wrath that cost an extra mana. That's, well, it could have been luckier for me, of course, but could have also been much worse if he had top decked some kind of giant or something. Making a recruit. Is he going to use the Tiger to kill the Ogre? He should. Okay, so I get a breathing moment. I can kill this recruit with my Golem, which got the health buff, which I thought would be irrelevant, but wasn't. And I have nothing to play. Oh, my fuck. Can I please get something to play? Ah, thank you. Good thing I drafted that Panther. Alright, so don't let Paladins keep creatures. We've got a lot of burn here, actually. We have 4, 8, 10 points of burn damage, plus the 6 here. It's 16, still, unfortunately, too much. Luckily, the Blood Imp buffed the Tiger, because the Tiger actually survives that Consecration, which is pretty good. And the Owl... oh, I'm gonna have to Demon Fire that, I think. Crap. Yeah, I wish I could just kill him with these double power overwhelmings, but that's not gonna happen. Imp Master, hey, that's great. So, life tap, because you should always draw cards first. And look at that. Well, this kills my Panther. Is it worth doing anyway? Or should I just play the Imp Master and Demon Fire something? I'm going to do it. So I'm going to attack first. Drop this guy. Paladin's not the greatest at killing a 6/6. He kind of demonstrated that he didn't have a Humility effect a couple turns ago when he used Holy Wrath against my Ogre instead of using Humility. So he shouldn't have a Humility unless he top-decked one. And then that means this is 6 damage, 10, 14, 16 damage right here. Oh, boo! Boo! Oh, okay, that's well played. That's well played. I'll give that a well played, because that he gets to reuse the life gain here. That's, Boba notes that if I did an Imp Master, that would kill, the Infernal would kill all the Imps. Yes, that is a good point. So there's another good reason why, I didn't want to, I wanted to get this Infernal down. I'd like to preserve this guy's health. I don't want him at 3 health where he dies to hammers and stuff. So I want to kill this thing with either Shadow Bolt or Demon Fire. Well, Shadow Bolt costs more mana, and Demon Fire could be used later for direct damage. So I'm going to do this in Shadow Bolt. That leaves me with 3 mana, which I will life tap with, so always do that first. Okay, in this case, it doesn't actually matter, but it might have made a difference in some other case. Okay, so I'm going to hit him for 6. He's going to replay Justice, presumably, and get 6 more health, so he's back at 24. It's got a secret. I wonder what it is. What could that secret be? So here comes the Justice, and then he's got enough mana for a Recruit. So he's got a Noble Sacrifice, a Recruit, and a Justice that all need to be dealt with. Can I kill him? No, I don't think so. I still 4, 8, 10, 16, 17, 18. The health from these Justices has just been too much. So I'm going to flush out Noble Sacrifice with the Imp Master. Well, hang on. Always draw cards first. Let's draw a card. Dharma Farsi. That could be good with double power overwhelming. Okay, so we'll do this. It's not Noble Sacrifice. Oh, geez. Well, it's not Redemption either. Could be Eye for an Eye. Let's check for that. Okay, so what that means is that my next minion is going to go down to 1 health. Well, all that means for me is that I'm going to play the Raptor first, so that it goes to 1 health, and then play the Farseer. And then I'm going to make a tech move here. I'm going to go ahead and Demon Fire my Dread Infernal. The reason for that is that I'm concerned about a top-decked Consecration wiping out my board, so I want my Dread Infernal to survive. The Imp Master got the buff from the Blood Imp, so that's kind of nice. And if this thing doesn't get killed, the double power overwhelming should be able to remove my opponent. Stormpike Commando, well, that cancels out the Demon Fire. Does he have a Consecration? He doesn't. So that Demon Fire was a pro move right there, stopping my really valuable creature from dying. So now this should be the game for sure. We have 8. Well, let me just attack with everything else before I attack with my Farseer. Yeah, we're good. Bidoink. And that's actually enough, so I'm not going to put the other one on it, because that's douchey McDouchey-son to do that. Well, no, I want to say well played! Well played. Alright, that was great. We got up to 2 wins, and that was actually a pretty solid win. Not exactly an aggro deck, though. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, Gold Voidwalker. That could actually be used in some decks. That's pretty cool. So 2-1 here in the arena. Yes, this will definitely be the last run of the day, because the first 2 were so successful. For better or for worse. Stretching my legs. And waiting to see, in 8 to 14 seconds, who my next opponent is going to be. That Nightblade was pretty good there. The extra damage didn't matter because I had the power overwhelming, but it might have mattered. Shaman. Is that good for me or bad for me? Probably bad, because he puts the annoying totems out for me to deal with. This opening hand is abysmal. It's like I don't actually have any 1-drops or 2-drops in this deck, so that's great. Well, I'll get everything back. Hey, a Flame Imp! That's a card we haven't seen before. We have not actually seen that card at all once. But we have a good curve here, so that's nice. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have Forked Lightning. I feel like that is a sentence you utter just about every game you play against a Shaman. Oh, he's saying greetings. He's in a good mood. I bet that means he has. I bet that means he's got the Forked Lightning. Why would a Shaman be in a good mood against a Warlock who's just played that thing? Okay, I'm gonna make a tech play right here. I'm gonna play Blood Imp. I think I got a sick read on this guy. I really think he has a Forked Lightning. So I'm gonna play around it by using Blood Imp to get this thing up to 3 health and survive the forks. He could still flip a spell damage totem, but that's only 1 in 4 odds. Is he gonna do something stupid? He's gonna play a Farseer. Ah, that's annoying. Well, now of course I regret not playing the Raptor, because that could have killed the Farseer. Okay. Well, yeah, let's just go big or go home. We're aggro, right? Let's just swing at his face. It's got a 5-6, so deal with that, you punk. But actually, don't deal with it. No, don't deal with it, please. I'd prefer it if you didn't deal with it, actually. He's gonna leave it alone? That's encouraging. Oh no, he has a Hex. God damn it. What an ass. He actually didn't want to kill my frog. I think that's a mistake. I think he absolutely should have killed my frog. There. I could life tap and play Raptor, but I think I'd rather start my Imp army. Might as well take advantage of the fact that I've got this frog protecting my creatures. The Blood Imp buffs the Imp Master. Got a nice little army here. I can play Raid Leader next turn, perhaps. He'll kill the frog now, which he should have done last turn. And draw a card. Well, that's actually a pretty good card in context, because my stuff's all pretty weak hitting. Okay, I'm going to play the Raid Leader. And kill off... Damn. There's no good answer to this, is there? Well, I guess I'll kill off the thing that hits a bit harder. And we're going to play Bloodfen Raptor. Buff some help. Maybe the Raid Leader? Nope, it's the Imp Master that got buffed. Totally uselessly, because it's going to get killed by the Gnomish Inventor anyway. Darn. Well, I'm out of juice here, so next turn I can play these 2 3-drops, but that's it. Oh man, that's a really good drop. Oh, that's such a good drop. Senjin is very, very difficult for this deck to deal with. Demon Fire? Sure. We'll 2 for 1. So, let's play a Panther. Let's Demon Fire this thing. Do that. Do that. And do that. This thing gets the health buff again, uselessly. Which is unfortunate. And I got this Panther in play. The problem is he has this mountain of cards. So I can life tap somewhat freely, but not that much. I am close to 20 health, so it's not like he hasn't done any damage to me this game. He totems, which is good. That means no fire elemental. Lightning! Oh, not Lightning Storm. That's not good. That is the opposite of good. I don't even know if there's any way that I can win. Oh, Power Overwhelming. That's important. Glad I got that card. Okay, yeah, we'll just drop all of our stuff, but this is probably over at this point. I'm inclined to say. Totem number 2 comes down. Second Lightning Storm. Best Lightning Storm. Man, they need to fix that animation. It is so janky. Well, right. So, I guess I'll play this. I guess I'll just play this. Sure. I don't even think it makes any difference. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he doesn't have an answer. His Power Overwhelming is not super great at the moment. At this point, I'm just like, you know, anxious to see like what hilarious things he's going to do next to me. Apparently nothing that exciting. Power Overwhelming. Oh, that's pretty rich. Knife Juggler. Alright, we're going to go ahead and give him a well played because that was funny, and then we're going to concede. Alright, so we're 2-2. I got my quest, which is the most important thing. And then, really, all I could hope for is to get up to 3 wins so that we're not below average. But that's pretty much the extent of my ambitions at this point. If I get to 3 wins after that, I am just along for the ride. Man, another Shaman. I don't think this is a good matchup for me. I don't think I'm actually favored here. Okay, well, I'm going to keep the 2-drop, but not the 3-drop, because I would like to see some 1-mana cards, maybe. Actually, I had 1-mana cards in the last game. I had like a perfect curve, and it just didn't matter. Shamans are too good. Too good. Maybe he'll pass the turn, though, and that'll be nice. You know, I probably should have just frickin', I don't know, taken that Goldshire Footman. Like, if you're gonna go aggro, I guess you might as well just go aggro. I could play the Fairy Dragon, try to trade, or just kill it with Demon Fire. Let's go for the Demon Fire. It's more of a sure thing. I think the Fairy Dragon could actually be more valuable later. No rest for the Weary. I cannot play the Worgen now. Damn. Well, let's Shadow Bolt that, I guess. Hope he slows down and makes a totem at some point, maybe? Or, you know, he can just curve out perfectly, because that's what people do against Papa Boris. Ah, yes, I'm a... No, not a chance. Well, let's take a risk here. We're going to play the Worgen. There's a slight chance that I can actually... Never mind. No need for slight chances here. Let's just start an Imp army and Soulfire this guy. Lose the Worgen. Fair enough. We're starting an Imp army here, so we have a target for Power Overwhelming, making this a 5/5, killing Ascension, killing a Yeti. Who knows? Nope, he's just making a totem. Now he makes a totem. The ass. Stormforged Axe! Oh, that's lame. Well, he's just going to hit this Imp Master twice. Oh, sad. And of course he got the 1/1 totem, which is the worst one it could have possibly been, from my perspective. Panther's good, though. Swing. Pop an Imp. Still got a good target for Power Overwhelming. He's got 5 cards plus this damned Axe, which will kill my Panther. It's too bad. That really is too bad. And my Fairy Dragon. Man, this Axe kills everything I have. Golly, bonkers. Alright, well, do I reveal the Panther? I mean, I might as well. I don't know. Sure, let's just swing at the face. Maybe we'll be able to burn him out later with Power Overwhelming. That's very improbable. He's got a lot of health. But who knows? Who knows?
Give me a quest.
Lightning Storm? No, no Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm is best storm. Oh, Christ. At least he didn't have a 1-mana card. That would have been really bad. Okay. So I can raid leader here. And do I need to take out that questing adventurer is the question that weighs heavily on my mind. What can I win? What is this? 4, 7, 9, 13, 15? Oh, I can get him down to... I can get him down so low. Let's life tap, see what we can do. Oh, okay. Well, no, I can't play both of these now, so let's just do a recount. 7, 9, 9 plus 8 is 17. Ah, not quite. It's risky. If I get him down to 1 health, he could very easily stabilize and I'd just be totally out of juice. Especially because one of my minions dies. Crap. Okay, what we're going to do then is the following. I'm going to go ahead and kill the questing adventurer off. I'm going to use Demon Fire to make sure I can get damage out of it. Hit him for that much, and then now, as long as there's no Lightning Storm, which there shouldn't be, I can double Power Overwhelming and kill him. Using the remainder of my creatures to bulldoze through any taunts. This is just totally... Okay, so I don't even need Power Overwhelming now, I just have the kill. Do I? Nope. After that dies... 3, 6, 8. Yes, I actually do have the kill, so I didn't even need the Power Overwhelmings. I'm kind of sad that I didn't need them, but at the same time I know it doesn't actually matter. What matters is that I win! Yes! Well... Yeah... At least I am not below average. That's the important thing. That is the important thing. So, as long as my gold reward is at least 30 gold, after paying for the next arena, I will still have above 5,000 gold. Why I'm so fixated on 5,000 gold, I don't know, but it seems like an important thing to, important milestone to be able to say that you've met. I didn't make too much profit today because I had like 160 or something and then like 185, which is kind of lame for 10 wins and 8 wins, but still, keeping steady is pretty good. And up against a mage, probably a very bad matchup for me as well. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, we're going to have to keep Succubus and grumble about it. But hopefully we'll get a Blood Imp to make that Succubus worthwhile. Yes! Very good. And we got 2 crappy cards. Well, Power Overwhelming might not be crappy, but we got 2 pretty crappy cards. So hopefully we'll throw away one of the crappy ones. I think it is worth it not to coin out that Succubus. I think it really is worth it to play the Blood Imp first and then the Succubus. It's a bit slower, but having the Succubus have 4 health rather than 3 is just such a big difference maker that it's worth doing. Wow, she's got something. Elven Archer! Who plays Arcane Missiles? Are you kidding me? God damn it. Almost. Almost got away with murder on that one. Well, we're going to go at... Whoa, 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 whoa. This is very important here, the order. First you play the Blood Imp and the coin, and then you play the Succubus to make sure you don't throw one of those away. I really do want that Succubus to have 4 health, goddammit. Okay, so Power Overwhelming probably is the least useful card in the short term anyway. Sad that I lost the coin, so no coined out Dark Iron Dwarf for me. I wish that earlier Blood Imp had lived. But, she cannot quite kill my Succubus thanks to it having 4 health, but she is just gonna hit my face and be happy about it. Fair enough. Imp Master, yes, that's perfect. So we'll kill the Shield Bearer, and we'll forget to put the Stealth Creature in the middle, which is a shame. You should always put Stealth Creatures in the middle. Sadly, it was the Imp Master that got the buff, not the Succubus, so the Succubus can now die to the Elven Archer plus hero ability. And she's even going to get a card out of it, but that means she's not going to actually kill the Succubus. I think that was probably a mistake. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to... I mean, yes, you're getting a card for the Raid Leader after you throw it into the Succubus, but I think the Raid Leader is more valuable than a card. That's just my opinion anyway. Maybe I'm colored by the fact that I'm about to play Dark Iron Dwarf and use the Imp to kill that Cult Master. God, what was in the pack with Dread Corsair? Was it such a bad pack that, like, that was actually the best thing I could do? I guess it must have been. So I put the Dark Iron Dwarf on the left to play around Cone of Cold. Always keep your Stealth Creature in the middle. This is just an overpriced bear, which sucks. A load of dongs. I'm not sure what I do silence on. I mean, if you're not killing someone, silencing a taunt's not that impressive. She really wants to cast Cone of Cold there. No, she wants to silence the Imp Master. That's actually fine. So it's a 1/5. That means I can kill the owl. That's a bit of card advantage. I will take that. And demolish her. Well, that'll die to my dwarf. This mage is really not putting up much of a fight at all, actually. It's kind of awesome. So we're going to kill the Demolisher. We're going to kill the owl. I will play this. I could, of course, have played the Knife Juggler and life tapped, but I wanted to get this on the board. And then save the Knife Juggler for when I can get immediate use out of it. Like here, I'm using up more of my mana casting my actual cards. Secrets. Well... She really wants to kill that Blood Imp. She keeps pointing at it. Like, maybe if she pokes it enough times, it'll die. Sorry, lady, that's not how things work. So this mage, unlike other mages I could name, knows that the correct move is to ping your opponent's creatures. She's pinging that Imp Master, so that suggests she has a Flame Strike. I might... Either she's mind gaming me, or she actually really does have a Flame Strike, so I'm not actually going to play the Knife Juggler this turn. I will life tap, though. So again... Out of respect for Flame Strike, well, either I can play this and Demon Fire it, I guess, to have it survive with 1 health. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just because, again, I really do think she has a Flame Strike. Oh, right, Mirror Entity. Yes, I forgot about that. Yes, of course. So we're gonna Demon Fire that to make it survive Flame Strike. We're gonna kill this thing. We're gonna swing for 5 damage. So she's got way too much health. The Blood Imp, unfortunately, hits the Void Master. Voidwalker, I was really hoping it would hit the Dark Iron Dwarf or the Imp Master. Dark Iron Dwarf would have been best. Have it survive Flame Strike. Anyway, I was wrong. She does not have a Flame Strike. So, yeah. That was not a pro play by Papa Boris. That was like a pro no play. Sorry, we're not gonna make a joke about that. Let's just see what we life tap here. Can I life tap still? I can life tap one more time. Worgen. Okay, I'm gonna play Spellbreaker. I don't want her drawing any cards. And I'm actually going to hit her... Wow, this thing's going to die. Am I close enough to winning? What is it? 7, 8, 11? Don't have any Power Overwhelmings here, though. I am not close enough to winning. Although this is a dumb trade to make a 3-1 for a 1-3. Whatever. We're going to just get the damage on. And hopefully, then, she doesn't have a Flame Strike. Even if she does, now the Dwarf got buffed by the Imp, so it'll survive. She has an Arcane Intellect, so no Flame Strike. Yeah, I just was totally wrong. She just wanted to ping the Imp Master, I guess, for no reason. Or maybe to make me think she had a Flame Strike. But she doesn't actually. Does she have a Cone of Cold? That would be ideal now. She could actually Cone of Cold here, kill the Imp, and freeze these my two hardest creatures, which I probably should have put on opposite sides. Luckily, she doesn't have a Flame Strike, and she doesn't have Cone of Cold. She's fireballing my Voidwalker. That's good news. And we have Power Overwhelming. I think I should do it. Yes, that definitely should do it. That's an extra 4 damage. Boink. A loink. Well, I got all kinds of lucky there. My opponent just didn't have Disruption. So, yep, it's a 4 wins! Goodness. So proud of myself. Making up to 4 wins. And, you know, I really shouldn't take it for granted. I mean, there are folks who have a hard time getting up to 2 wins or 3, so getting up to 4 wins as often as I do is pretty nice. But, it would be nicer to, you know, get up higher. At least with 4 wins, I believe 50 gold is the floor, so we'll end the day. We'll close the books. We'll shut down the NASDAQ with more than 5,000 gold. So, one interesting question, and let me know in the chat what you think, is at what point do you actually start spending your gold to buy packs? Like, how low will you go with your gold if you think that you're a good arena player and you can float, you can stay afloat infinitely? Because like I could spend 4,000 gold to buy 40 packs and make, you know, a lot of progress in my collection potentially. And, you know, that might get me a legendary that I use in the Quest to Legends series. Like, that might get me something else. I don't know. But, like, if I go down to 1,000 gold and then hit a bad streak, I might run out of gold. Then I'll start spending money on the arena. That would be kind of sad. I'll, like, regret my life choices heavily. I'll start drinking. Ah, she has a Defias Regulator. Ah, ball sacks. Well, there's just nothing I can do here except accept massive card disadvantage. Yeah, it's just gonna take a couple of cards. You know what? Maybe I should have played a minion, then it would have been a 3/3. She would have had to at least dagger. Now she gets to play other stuff. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have played a minion. It's too late now because the ooze will kill my 3/3. Well, let's do this. Yep, that was a mistake. She otherwise would have just had to kill it with a dagger, and then I could have demon fired and cleared out her board. So that was a little bit of a misplay there. She's gonna make a dagger anyway, it seems. And actually, she looks like she has a backstab, so yeah, I guess that I was just screwed no matter what. I am in 15 different kinds of trouble, guys. 15 different kinds. This is just an awful opening. All beginning, of course, because I went first against the rogue like I always do. Like I always do. Alright, Dread Corsair here. Gonna be a 3/4, but she's got a dagger, so she can kill it easily enough. I guess that's better than getting hit in the face more, because I'm already getting kind of low. Only on the 4th turn here. Boba gives me a vote of confidence. He says, I can't see you losing 1,000 gold from arenas. Well, I haven't in a while. That's like the thing. It's like, well, I mean, if I've been like, you know, hovering around 5,000 for a while and I've never dropped to 4,000, then, you know, in theory, I should be totally fine. But you just never know. What if people get good all of a sudden, or I hit a bad streak? But it's tempting, is all I'm trying to say. It's so tempting. This Worgen is just ungodly bad, but whatever. We're just gonna play stuff. And it doesn't really matter who gets buffed. Or I guess actually the Worgen being buffed would have been slightly better, so I got like the slightly worse outcome there. That's awesome. Alright. 40 packs though, man, how much would that really be? That wouldn't fill out my collection. That I know for certain. That would not get me to even all the legendaries, let alone any epics I'm missing. So maybe I'll wait a little while and do it later. When I'm closer to my target dust count. She's just gonna take it slow, trade the board, which is exactly what you should do when you're ahead, because you know, there's no reason to rush things. Dread Infernal's not playable, it kills my 1 minion without killing any of hers. That's delightful. Spellbreaker. Oh, this is just so bad. I don't even know what to do. I'm gonna actually play a Blood Imp. Okay, we have a plan here, folks. We have a plan. So I'm gonna play Blood Imp. The Blood Imps are gonna buff each other. Then I'm going to play Spellbreaker, Shadow Flame in 2 turns. Well, actually, I'm gonna be dead in 2 turns. This really just did not work out in any way. Maybe I can get a cheap minion, like a Panther or something, and I can Shadow Flame that. But now she has a Spiteful Smith, so her dagger's gonna be big. Oh god. Well, I just got shellacked, I think is the appropriate word for it. Yeah, let's play Flame Imp. Shadow Flame. The Flame Imp. Life Tap. Maybe if I'd gotten a Soul Fire. Alright, we're gonna just go ahead and concede. I was trying to see if there's a way I could kill myself. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, do please like and or subscribe. If you're here, let's see if we can get the bare minimum 50 gold, or maybe even get a little bit lucky and get 80 or something. The average at 4 wins is about 66 gold. Hit! Hit! Oh yeah, 80 gold, that's delightful. So I'm very happy about that. It's kind of like I bought a pack for 70 gold and also got the fun of playing in the arena. So, let's go ahead and take a look at that pack. It is an epic. No, I already have 2 of these, but is it gold? Is that a golden epic? Wow, well, okay, that's cool. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I'll retract my cry of no. Everything else is a common, so no rare in that pack. We got a golden epic, so I will disenchant that for 800 dust. Okay, I know some people are really, really touchy and get sad when I disenchant gold cards, so cover your eyes, children. Wait, do I even not have any Pyroblasts? What the? Hang on. Oh, that's right. I don't have the Pyroblasts because I disenchanted it when it was nerfed to get the full dust value from it. And well, I guess by my own policy, I should actually keep this golden Pyroblast because I don't have any regular ones. And I mean, I could of course always craft a regular one with the 400 dust I get, but you know, if I'm gonna do that, I might as well keep it golden. Okay, we'll keep it, guys. We'll keep it. History has been made. History has been made, folks. Papa Boris did not disenchant a golden card. Look at that. I am a creature of endless mystery and intrigue. The next arena is going to be a paladin, a priest, or a shaman. These have all been pretty recent, I think, for me, so we'll just see. That'll be going on YouTube. But folks, thank you so much for watching on YouTube, and thanks for watching on the stream as well. We're at 50-50. That's so awesome. So I really appreciate all your support. If you would like to stick around and chat for a little bit, feel free. But otherwise, I'm going to end the stream now, and we'll see you next Saturday, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Till then.